Hello, everyone. Today's session is on confidence building. Building confidence for an educator is very, very important because our students are getting confident. If you see the generation that was existing 10 years back or 20 years back, they were low on confidence. The teacher was all powerful in the classroom. Whatever we used to tell, they used to listen. Now, those who are entering the teaching line or those who have been experienced teachers, they have realized that our students are getting more and more confident and our teachers are getting less confident. The reason being, they are getting better technical support. The students are better equipped with the skills technically. And our teachers are slow and probably not equipped in many of the areas which the students are. So what is happening is that there is a gap. And that is why this session is organized, because there was a lot of requests from teachers saying that, sir, how do we improve our confidence in our classroom? So some people are assuming they are confident by increasing the volume. They are getting very strict. They are punishing students, which is actually incorrect way. The correct way is obviously to equip ourselves with some skills or some techniques by which we can be confident and the students respect us. So I'm sure you will be able to take away some valuable advice on this, because this is on the basis of not only my experience, but what I have observed in teachers who are very confident in conducting their classes, right? So on this note, I want to welcome you all to this session on building confidence. Some of you may find this relevant and some of you may think that why Priyanka? So I found this quote extremely interesting when Priyanka Chopra said this. The one thing I wear best is my confidence, and that's what I recommend to everyone. So confidence is something which uh, you portray. The other person is not going to understand whether you are actually confident or not. You pretend to be confident. If you pretend to be afraid of your students, if you pretend to be afraid in a group of teachers, or you are afraid to face people, then that is very visible. But if you show no sign of fear, you are extremely confident. You are an expert in the subject, right? You know your subject. And what stops you from being confident is probably the fact that there must be a communication gap. You must not be having a good rapport with your students. So what they will do is try to find out your mistakes, or your past experiences in your classroom, or your past experience with your colleagues are not good. Then all that takes a toll. So it's very important that we have confidence, whether we feel, see, when we are assigned a task, many times when we go on stage, however experienced we are, we have those, jittery moments. What is going to happen on the stage, whether I'm going to speak impromptu, whether I'll make mistake, whether I'm going to offend someone. These are all things which goes on in our mind. But what is important is we be confident. Once we are confident in speaking about ourselves, our body language is positive. I'll be taking a separate session on body language, which is also important. Every body language is a sign of our weakness or strength. So it's important to develop good body language, positive body language. So that, of course, is a separate session. I'll be talking about it subsequently. But what I'm saying is, at least appear confident. Appear confident. Look into the eyes of people when they speak. So many sessions. That's why I insist when on the resource person, switch on your videos and speak. Everybody wants to see you, how you look, how you talk, how are you facing the audience, how are you answering the questions. So this is very important, that you switch on your video, you're confident, and you smile at the appropriate places, you raise your volume, not go on in the same manner. We have to, change. The voice modulation has to come. The increase or decrease in the pitch has to come. So all this is very important for an educator. See, as an educator, I think we are all artists in the classroom. We are no longer the traditional teacher who is, just giving information and the student is copying down notes. So we are much more than that. We are an actor, and we are a dramatist. We are an orator. We are so many things. So that is why it's important that we are following this code. And I also like this again by Priyanka. I taught myself confidence. When I walked into a room and feel scared to death, I tell myself, I'm not afraid of anybody, and people believe me. So that's what's important. If you are already giving that vibes, negative vibes, that I'm afraid of you, then what happens? The student will take advantage. The people around you will take advantage. But when you are saying that I'm afraid of no one, I'm confident, this is what I have been teaching in my class. that this is how I deal with my students. That confidence level, when it is there, then obviously there is no stopping. You go from strength to strength and you become better. And always learning is an experience. We, as you are learning new things, new techniques, always try to emulate educators around you who are doing very well. I'm sure there will be other people who are much better than you. You can always learn from them. So learning is a continuous process. Learning happens always, every minute, every second. We observe people, we have mentors in our life, and we are able to emulate so many things which they are doing right in their lives. And that's how we become better. Now, if we already say that, okay, I am the best and I know nobody can be better than me, then half the battle is lost. So it's important that we have mentors in our life. So as it's a very beautiful quote here, that when you are walking into the room, you are scared to death inside. Nobody knows that. You will tell yourself that I am not afraid of anybody, and people believe that. So it's important that people believe that you are confident. A confident person is given more opportunities. Another quote by Marcus Garvey, who was a famous activist and orator. He says, with confidence, you have won before you have started. How very true it is. If you're not confident of a task, then obviously you are not going to be assigned for the task. When you are good with small things, you are interested with bigger tasks. Whether it's your school or society or with your friends, they know that you are the right person to be interested with this particular duty, then you will get that. Why is that? Because you are exuding confidence. They are confident that you will do the work. So with confidence, you have actually won half the battle. Before starting, you are. That is why there is so much of training given to our sports people, athletes who take part in competition at the world level and so on. Or even in state level, they have got these mental trainers where they start believing that they have actually won it. It's important that we believe in ourselves. Students are given, counseling sessions by the trained personnel, and they start believing that they can do it. So it's important. What the mind can perceive, that happens. If you think that you can do it, it happens. Now, see the beauty of mankind. Man is able to travel to space. Man is able to count Mount Everest. Man is able to go under the Pacific or Arctic Ocean. Man is able to do so many things which continuously is progressing. And man is creating artificial intelligence, which is becoming more intelligent than man. See the paradox. So man has become a creator of things which is more powerful than him. So when we were small, we used to say that the human mind is so powerful that computers can be built, but it cannot be more powerful than the human mind. But AI is, as you know, is developing at such a fast pace that very soon is going to overtake the human mind. It's able to calculate much faster than us. It is able to do complex logical calculations. It's able to write an essay in a few seconds. So what we could not perceive a few years back is happening in reality. What we used to see in movies is becoming a reality. Science fiction, we used to call it, but the fiction is becoming a fact. So this is what is happening. So we need to have confidence, and when you have confidence, things will happen. You need to take the first step, and then the path is visible, and then the journey starts. So many of the educators, they come forward and ask, sir, can we also take a session? Can we become resource person? How do we do it? So I tell them, okay, why not? Take the first step. Do you know how to conduct a session? Do you have material? Then if you have, then start collecting it. If not, if you are interested, if you have the will, join the mentorship course. So, you have to upscale and develop that confidence. And there are, hundreds of resource persons right now with us who are conducting sessions on a daily basis, not only for particular states, but all India, and some of them even at international levels. So this is what confidence gives you. So some of them were initially when they started, they may be jittery, and as they progress, they find the confidence. Same way with teaching. When you are a fresh teacher, then obviously you get angry at certain things, but then over a period of time, with your experience, you become confident. You know how to handle the student. You know how to handle the subject questions. So confidence gives you a lot of things and a lot of achievements, which otherwise will be very difficult. And then obviously the stress. When you are in a classroom and your students are making noise and you are not able to control them, they feel that you are not a confident teacher. Then every day you will be, basically crying that why did I choose this profession? Or you will be trying to suppress them with your anger and punishing them. And then what happens? That stress comes back to you. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law, right? So Newton's third law is that. So when you are acting, they will react. And that action and reaction adds to your stress. So it's important that we need to be confident of ourselves so that we become better teachers. So how does confidence come? So it's not that, one day, today I decide, okay, today I'm going to be confident. No, confidence doesn't come out of nowhere. It's a result of hours and hours and hours and days and weeks of constant work and dedication. So it's not that something that I'm going to decide. You can take the first step, definitely, yes. But it's not that you are deciding that I want to be confident. You can pretend to be confident, but the actual confidence is going to come when you are exposing yourself to uncommon situations. It's not, sitting in the box or like a frog in the well, being happy where you are. When you reach out to more people, when you do things which you have never done, when you do things in a different way, that's when you get confidence. So when you explore new places, when you read new books, when you meet new people, you go to new situations, you do things which you have never done, and you challenge yourself to the limits, that's when your confidence increases. So very beautiful quote again by Robert Staubach, that is a pro football player, who says, confidence doesn't come out of nowhere. It's a result of hours and days and weeks and years of constant work and dedication. How true for a sportsman. Years and years of dedication, and then, on the field, that mindset, that skill, all that will come. So it's important that we identify our strength. Our strength is what's going to take us forward. Every person in this world will have strength and also have weaknesses. We cannot hide from that. But what we need to do is identify strength and make it stronger, identify our weakness and work on it so that we become better. So we need to reflect on our skills. So somebody may be good in singing, somebody may be good in dance, somebody art, somebody in communication skills. Identify that and work, and you become the best. And then what happens? People start respecting you for that. You must have realized that people call you for certain things. That's your niche area. Okay. You may be a yoga trainer, you may be a mental expert, you may be a counselor, you may be a maths teacher, but people call you for a different thing or maybe the same thing. And that's what your niche is. So identifying your niche is very important. What are your talent is important. Recognize what you are good at. What are you excelling in? And focus on that. And when you focus on the strength, then that gives you confidence. When you know that you are 90% better than the others in the world, then and you belong to top 10% in that category, that's when you get confidence. If you are like another face in the crowd, nobody is going to respect you. So what's important is we develop a niche, we create opportunities to develop that further and become the best in that. And then when we say that, okay, who's better than me? Let me find out who's better than me. Try to learn from that person. Not that you are reached a certain place and then the growth is stopped. No, it's a continuous growth. So as I say in all my sessions, learning never stops till you are dead. And that's why they say rest in peace when you're dead, right? So rest in peace comes only when you die. Till that time, you are not resting. You are aspiring for more, not in terms of wealth, but in terms of, other things, in terms of skills, in terms of learning. So what is important is that we focus on a strength and build a positive self-image. People are going to recognize you for the image that you have created over a period of time. People are going to respect you for what you are sharing with them, how you talk. They say that, however good or however what personality you have, the day or the time you open your mouth, that your real personality comes out. So it's not about whether you're short or fat or thin or, dark. The moment you open your mouth, your knowledge, your skill, and your creativity comes out. Because when your mouth is closed, people will only go by your looks, how smart you are, or, how you look, whether you are tall and handsome and, or, beautiful or whatever it is. The physical attribute is what is going to give you the initial advantage. But when you start talking, when you start communicating with people, your communication skill is going to impact people more. So develop your communication skills, how to interact with people, what improve your vocabulary, read books so that you can share anecdotes. All people love to listen to anecdotes. Share your personal experience. When you don't have experience, what are you going to share? So it's important that we are moving in line in identifying your strength. Next is set achievable goals. It's when you are taking courses, when you are setting targets for yourself. Many people, they take this New Year resolution and it never happens. 99% of the time, the resolution is not complete. The reason is unrealistic. So when you set realistic targets, manageable steps, okay, this is what's going to happen. You may be, a simple example. Somebody must be into smoking. And then what happens then? He says that I'm going to quit smoking. About 2-3 days he will stop, and fourth day that urge comes and he'll start smoking. So this is just a random example. Somebody may be, biting nails. Somebody may be doing some other addiction. Somebody may be a game addict. So instead of setting a target which is non-achievable, say I am doing this at the moment. I am playing 3 hours of games every day. I'm going to reduce it to 2 hours in the next 3 months. Then I'm going to reduce it to 1 hour in the next 3 months. So that's what happens. You're going to break it into small. So it's not that you're stopping in one go, which becomes very difficult. I'm going to lose 20 kgs this year. 99% that person is going to fail. The reason is that the target is too high. So if you say that I'm going to, lose 500 grams a month, then what happens? The target becomes more realistic. So and you will gain a sense of accomplishment. This is very important to, attributes to your confidence. So if you are saying that, okay, I'm going to lose 20 kilos and nothing happens, then what happens? You're back to eating, and then you regain whatever has been lost, or you eat double of what you were, actually sacrificing. So set achievable goals. What are you going to achieve by this? That's very important, so that it is realistic, and then you will be able to achieve it faster, right? Face your fears. Very, very important. Face your fears. A lot of people, when we request them to do certain things, they say that, sir, I will not switch on my video. There is a fear of speaking in the public. So what you need to is identify the areas that you make you feel less confident. It's important that so as I said, start with small steps. Confront your fears, overcome your fears. There are some people have high fear of heights, some people have fear of water, some people have fear of fire. Depending on your childhood experiences, some people are not able to face the public. So remove your fears one at a time. It's not possible to remove all fears. We all have our fears. So what is important is to, face it one at a time and remove it. The more fears we have, the less confident we are. So fear of darkness. There is a fear of remaining alone. There is fear of facing a crowd. So different people have different fears, and we have to remove it. And how do we remove it? One step at a time. It is not a magic, that everything, all fears will disappear in one go. No, we have to start somewhere, and it's important that we identify our fears, we identify our strength, we work for our strengths, we improve it further and further, become among the top 10% of the population, and gradually start removing your fears. And then you become more and more confident in real life. Practice self-care. This is, as I always say in all my sessions, what is important is to take care of yourself physically, first of all. Unless you are physically fit, you are not able to give service to others. People have to take care of you. When you are fit, you are useful for your family, you are useful for your school, you are useful for your students, you are useful for your society. If you are ill, people are taking care of you. So it's important that you are physically strong. How do you remain physically strong? By, first of all, eating proper food, nutritious food, exercising, go for walks, do meditation, relax, don't take too much of stress, develop skills, becoming confident. When you are entrusted with an important task, you will find that all the big people, normally they don't fall ill. The reason is because the mind is preoccupied with important things. Empty mind is a devil's workshop. So you see a lot of people who live retired life, they are stress-free, living and doing nothing, possibly watching movies all day, or, looking at the mobile and watching random videos. So all this is self-destructive. What is important is that we do positive steps into bring self-care into our life, where we become physically strong, mentally strong, and also spiritually strong. It's important. All the three are important. So eat well, sleep well, take care of yourself, exercise yourself regularly, engage in activities that will bring you relaxation, not stress. If vigorous exercise is giving you stress, don't do it. Go for walks, do yoga, do meditation. What is important is that you have to feel good, and and that should reflect in your confidence. So, there are a lot of people who are very short and very confident. I have a student in my class who is the shortest boy in the class, but extremely confident. I always wonder, how is he confident? The reason is very simple, that, He is a very, very good orator, and that gives him the confidence. He can talk to anyone, adult, child, whatever it is. So that gives him the confidence. Otherwise, everybody is making fun of his height and all that, but he is undeterred. The reason he knows that he's a powerful orator, he is the best in probably the whole school. So that gives him the confidence. So this is what is important in life, that we develop our niche, we practice self-care, we need to be physically and mentally strong, and that gives you confidence to engage in activities for further growth. A positive mindset, very, very important. You've read so many self-care books, attended so many sessions, and everywhere it is emphasized that we need to have a positive mindset. Unless we are positive about something, nothing is going to happen. So it's important that we have positive affirmation. We think positive. Negativity brings in diseases. Negativity brings in stress. Stress is the biggest cause of disease. If you want to remain healthy and confident, develop positivity. Take everything in good stride. There are lots of plus and minus that happens in our lives, but we don't have to go into any depression, or we don't have to depress over certain things that happen in our daily life. Take it in the stride, positive, negative, everything, and start focusing on your positive. The more you focus on your positive, the more confident you become. And surround yourself with positive people. That's important. If you are having a friend who is always giving you negative feedback about you, who is, in whose presence you feel worthless, in whose presence you are going down, you have to leave that friendship. Move on from that society, move on from that peer group, and go to people who gives you energy, positive vibes. So it's important that you find friends, or you find mentors, you find people who give you positive vibes, whom you can relate to, and you find that in their company you will grow. So it's important that you connect with them. When you have a connection with those kind of people, then automatically their positive energy comes to you. Otherwise, all the negativity comes to you, and your confidence also goes for a toss. And when you go to the class, obviously children are very good, they are masterminds in finding out what is inside your mind. So it's important that when we go to our class, when we are facing parents, when we are facing our school management, when we are facing our society people in the family, we exhibit ourselves as confident people, not as people who are afraid of things. Inside there, we have all fears, but why show it to others? And all this is going to happen when our mind is strong. Our positive mindset is very, very important. And this, as I again and again, I'm emphasizing this, our confidence comes from our knowledge. A knowledgeable person is always confident. A knowledgeable person is always confident. A skilled person is always confident. He may be a skilled carpenter, but he's confident of his work. He will argue with you, okay, this is what is going to, this is my payment, or, this is how I am going to do. You may give suggestion, but he'll not listen. So it's important. That skill set is important. That skill is giving him that confidence that, okay, I know my skill, and, nobody gives me any other better technique than myself. So that's what is important. Expanding your knowledge and skills is very, very important. Continuous learning is important, because unless there is personal growth, there is stagnation. Fresh water will remain fresh as long as it flows. The moment you put it in a bottle and keep it, it becomes stale. So that's what happens. If all your knowledge and what is inside you stays within you, you become stale. And if you want to become fresh, you want to have more energy and confidence, share it with people. The flow has to be there. You have to be like a river. A river is the purest form of water. Why? Because sea, in spite of its vastness, has got salt. We can't drink it. Why is the river? In fact, in our country, the Ganga is revered like a mother. And we, of course, man has polluted it. But at the same time, the river, which is supposed to be from rainwater, the purest form of water, why is it that? Because it's flowing, it's not stagnant. A lake is stagnant. After some time, the late algae will come in. But river, the water flows, and you get pure water every time. So we have to be like a river. The knowledge comes in, we have to distribute, not keep it within ourselves. If we keep it within ourselves, you become stale. You start imparting education for others benefit. Start doing things for others, empower others. You may think that, I am sharing my secret to others, they will become better than we know. As long as you are sharing resources, you are empowering others, you are actually empowering yourself, because you will get that confidence and you will become better. So whether it is formal education or online or reading, acquire new skills, because knowledge is power. And that's what is going to give you confidence. Practice assertiveness. It's important because some people are, they are so low on confidence that, they will say, always say yes. It is also important to say no. So when you are insisting on discipline in class, for example, you need to be assertive. You need not shout, but assertiveness is important. That, okay, see, when I'm teaching, it's okay. In between, you talk a little bit and we'll discuss. But when I'm teaching something, I expect absolute silence. When you are assertive about that, you believe me, there will be a pin drop silence. So we need to assert. We need to practice that assertiveness. Not throughout our entire life, don't do that. But there has to be moments of assertiveness. People should know your principles and what you stand for. So at least those you can be assertive. So assertiveness is about expressing your thoughts, your feelings and needs in a respectful manner. Don't hurt people. Don't humiliate people, but in respectful manner. People will appreciate you when you respect them. So it's important. The crux of the story is that we need to communicate freely, communicate nicely, respectfully. And how will we do that? By saying no when it is necessary. We need to stand up for ourselves and help build confidence and self-esteem. So this is very, very important that we practice assertiveness in situations which demand. We need to embrace our failures and learn from it. Who doesn't have failures? I don't think there is any celebrity or any businessman or any person in life who's only got success. It is life is, as I said, plus and minus. Sometimes we'll have success, sometimes we have failures. If you haven't had failure, that means you haven't even tried. Right? So we need to embrace failure, learn from it, and that's a learning opportunity. So some people say, sir, I'm afraid to take a session. What to do? I said, you try. We'll invite. The worst case scenario is that you will make a few mistakes, but that's okay. At least you tried. There are people sitting here, listening here, who know so many, but they're not ready to share. And you have at least had the guts to come. And it's easy to complain. Okay, this person said this, and he was not confident or she was not confident. It's very easy to complain about others, criticize others. How difficult it is to come in front of the camera and speak. How difficult it is to become a teacher. The non-teachers will think, oh, the teaching job is very easy. But take them to a class of 50 students and within one day they will, do namaskar and they may touch your feet, because that's the task of a teacher. Controlling these 50 students in the class for 6 periods, 7 periods, 6 days a week is quite a task, which other people, you people come back after half day, you don't have anything and you are getting this, and we are working from morning till night in an office. They may be sitting in an AC environment. We are standing and doing all our jobs. We are controlling the students. We are making them do work. We are not working. We are making. That is very difficult. Making the students work is important, right? Because they are minors. It's not. We are not dealing with adults who actually are assigned a particular task and they have to do it. So it's not an easy job. Teaching is a very, very challenging job. So it's a message for the new teachers who want to join it. Don't come for the fun of it. Teaching is a challenging job. It's a very responsible job. And it's important that we as educators are confident and we are able to transform our students as nation builders, not as someone who is weak, who have got no principle. And you see so many crime stories that you see in the newspaper. Whose fault is it? Partly because of our education system, their teachers have not been able to give them values. Somewhere we have failed. Parents and teachers are the greatest teachers. And somewhere we have failed down the line. If crime is happening, that means the education system has failed. They are studying 12 years, 13 years in our schools. And if they have not got the values that they should not destroy, they should respect other people, irrespective of caste, creed, and religion, then I think if they are not able to understand that, we have failed as teachers. So as educators, we are called nation builders. We are put on a pedestal. We are respected on Teachers' Day. Let it not be only on Teachers' Day. Let it be on each day. Let us transform our students also into confident individuals. Let us also become more confident ourselves and take more active roles in shaping our nation. So when we are embracing failure, we are also understanding what went wrong. How can I make it better? Analyze all what is wrong. And then we will use this knowledge to improve and grow and then only we can celebrate our achievements. One is embracing failure and one is celebrate your achievement. Some people, when we give compliment, they will say, oh, it's okay, it's okay. Celebrate your achievement. You should be happy that you have achieved something. Where we have global ambassadors who conduct 25, 30 sessions. They are doing all across the world. That's an achievement. When I call up some of them and congratulate them, they take it in a very, humble way. Of course, that's their humility. But at the same time, we need to celebrate our success, accomplishments, however small they are. That's why it's important when even in our classroom, small children giving an answer, they, for them it's a big thing. For you, okay, they said that 2 + 2 is 4, nothing big, but that's an achievement for them. You congratulate them, you give them a shabash, or you put them a star, or you give them good. They are so happy. And same way we want, recognition from our management people or our supervisors. We feel happy as adults, even whatever age it is. So it's important to celebrate our achievement. And when we celebrate our achievement, when we reward ourselves, then our positive mindset becomes stronger and it boosts our confidence for our future endeavors. Practice self-compassion. We need to be kind and compassionate to ourselves. Don't force yourself to work, 16 hours and 17 hours, spoil your health. Keep your health intact. Keep your mind intact. Keep your mindset intact. Okay, it's important. So we need to take care of ourselves first. Then only we'll be able to take care of others. This is the most important thing. Every individual has to understand. If you don't take care of yourself, you are doing a disservice to your whole family, because you will become a burden on them. You need to take care of the family, so you need to be strong. Whether it is physical or mental, you need to be strong. Otherwise, people are giving you advice, stay strong. Why don't you start? Why don't you be the leader in that? Let everybody in your family, in your class, in your society be strong because of you, because you are someone whom people will look up to. Okay. So on this note, I want to conclude by saying that building confidence is a gradual process. It takes time and effort. Be patient, but celebrate the progress that you make along the way. It's important that we celebrate our progress. Every day is going to be a progress. Provided you have that mindset, yes, I want to be confident. I want to build a better image of myself. Whatever background you are coming from, it doesn't matter. Provided you have a positive mindset, provided you are ready to upskill yourself, it's possible. So regardless of how you feel inside, always look like a winner. As the starting statement we said, when you go to a room and people think that you are very confident person, that's because you have exuded that body language. So even if you are not in control of things, give that confident look, walk confidently, speak confidently, and that results in victory. So as the famous photographer Diane Arbus photographer says, regardless of how you feel inside, always try to look like a winner. Even if you are behind, a sustained look of control and confidence can give you a mental edge that results in victory. Oh, how beautifully summarized. The whole session can be summarized in these beautiful words. And also, Stan Smith, tennis player, says, experience tells us what to do. Confidence allows you to do it. Very beautifully worded. Experience tells you what to do. You know that you have to do this way, but confidence allows you to do it. If you are not confident, you will not do it. Our experience says you have to do it. How to do it? You know that, right? But confidence is the only thing which allows you to do it. So we are hesitant because we don't have confidence. So your success, another quote by famous our first lady, former first lady, Michelle Obama of the United States, says your success will be determined by your own confidence and fortitude, not by the confidence of your friend, not by the confidence of your teacher, not the confidence of someone else in the family. Your success will be determined by your own confidence and fortitude. So on this note, I want to end today's session. Thank you. I hope we all come out as confident teachers who are ready to learn and face our students, our parents, all the stakeholders of education, and build a new society. And we ourselves become confident, and we also empower others to become more and more confident in their lives. Thank you.